Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zombies Gaming. My name's Garrett Drake. This is Jacob Alka. That's Preston Pugh. That's Lizzie in the back seat. We're all headed to experience PlayStation VR at Best Buy near where we live. Now, if you haven't heard about this event, go to Experience PlayStation VR. Is it just Experience PlayStation? Sorry, you'll see it down below right here. I can't remember what it's called. But if you go to that website, you can type in your zip code. If you live in the United States, PlayStation VR is kind of doing like a tour around the United States, kind of showing it off and let people demo VR and stuff. So this is our first chance to go check it out. We're excited. I'm excited. Are you excited, Jacob?
I'm excited.
Preston, what about you back there? How you feeling? Yeah, Preston's happy to be here as well, as you can see. But we're gonna go play the VR. We're gonna do our thing and give our impressions. Hope you're along for the ride. Let's do this. That makes me scared your case isn't on there. Gentlemen, we've officially played PlayStation VR. We're officially able to say we've played VR. We know what it's like. Do you agree with the statement saying that it's a religious experience?
Who said that?
Colin Moriarty, kind of funny.
Oh, he did? It was really cool.
It was cool.
It was
I wouldn't
really
quite
cool.
go that far,
Yeah,
but let me
that's a little
say,
too far, but
first impressions, when I threw on this mask, this VR headset for the first time, was not at all like I expected. Because obviously, you know, they stick it on and I'm expecting it to be like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I thought it would be like. It's hard to explain because when it goes on, imagine sitting on like the front row of like an IMAX screen at like an IMAX movie, or like in an IMAX theater. Like I was amazed at how just massive everything looked. Like from top to bottom, like your whole spectrum of your eye is covered. Like it isn't like, oh, I can look at my real body if I look underneath the headset. Like you look down, like it's just huge from side to side, look up and down. It like blew my mind at how wide and massive it looked. Not at all like I was expecting. What do you guys think when you first put it on?
The same thing. Like I guess, you know, not having experienced anything like that, you know, ever, I think you kind of imagine it like you're being like jacked into the Matrix, or it's like gonna take over, like you feel like you're like legitimately in it. But when you first put it on, we were in the middle of like a Best Buy, so lights were on like super bright, people were talking and stuff, but even besides all that going on, it was still a super immersive experience. Like, and I probably should back it up a little bit. I'm getting a little too far ahead. I didn't even address what you asked me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so excited.
I know. I'm excited too.
What you were saying, it's pretty much like at first, like you're looking at a like you said, a freaking massive screen. I mean, if you like turn your eyeballs, you can kind of see outside, and if you look down, you can like see through the bridge of your nose and stuff. So initially I thought, I was like, oh man, like I can see around me. But like the second me and you played the Eve Valkyrie demo, the second it started and like the actual game loaded up and I was in a cockpit and I like started looking around me and stuff, those initial thoughts of like, oh no, like I hope the light and the sound is gonna, you know, bug me and stuff, like it completely went away. I was completely immersed. It was the weirdest feeling, like looking down and seeing like a body there, and I like would move my arms but it wouldn't move, so it was really disorienting.
Why was there a body there? Because aren't you flying?
Yeah, but it's a first person game.
Cockpit.
Like if you look down, you're supposed to be able to see like your body and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like someone's dead body.
Oh no,
You
just
kept
like
telling
you
me
look
that.
down and the chest is there, and it was
That is
like
cool.
You're flying as a female if you didn't notice.
Oh really?
I noticed.
Oh, you did?
You can probably imagine why.
Oh, you probably.
And I took one look at my chest. I was like, oh.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I like these.
Anyways, I looked over my right shoulder. First of all, the guy in front of me, he was playing like he wasn't even in VR. He just like stared straight the entire time. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? So the second I sat down in there, I was like making exaggerating movements, like looking behind me and stuff, and it worked. It was like the 1-to-1 precision with like looking. It was absolutely perfect. Like the frame rate was super buttery smooth. Just like looking around, like I didn't think about that. That's how I know it was amazing. Is because I didn't even think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just cool looking behind me, and there was stuff behind me, and I like saw my shoulder and stuff too. It was like legitimately
the head
like
on
I
your body
there.
was actually gone. Like if you turn all the way around, I like looked down and behind me, like
you did?
the whole body's there, but it's just like it's a neck.
Oh, I
like-
didn't go that far. But when it initially like took off, you like start shooting out. Like I kind of had like a little like tingly belly, and
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I started when I did flips and stuff. I was like, ooh, like
It reminded me of a
little
roller
nauseous.
coaster.
Yeah, kind of like that, which is cool. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you didn't have that at all.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I think just because like mentally, I was like, this is a game. Like I think that's
Yeah.
why, because I like mentally was thinking that the whole time. But it was cool, like when you shoot out of the tunnel, and it just is wide open space. Obviously, I can't wait to play the X-wing mission
Well,
for VR.
let me
I do this
clarify.
a lot when I talk about big open spaces. I'm like Moses parting the Red Sea.
I'm not talking like straight up like rock and roller coaster. I'm
Right.
like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
But like compared to any other game I've ever played, I've never had even the faintest flutter in my stomach.
Well, I
from
have,
anything.
actually.
See, I haven't.
Yeah, whenever I jump off of something in like GTA, if I like really like let myself into the moment, like if I jump a bike off a mountain or something for a brief second, I'll like lose my stomach if I'm like really focused on
Well, I
the
have a
screen.
feeling if we have this thing in our home,
Yeah.
like, and we actually, we were kind of hurrying along, like, I'm sure we'll like get it perfectly set up for our heads. We'll be sitting down in our own stuff. We'll be able to completely lose ourselves in like a dark room and stuff, like no lights or anything. Being able to crank up the headphones and stuff, like we'll totally be able to lose ourselves, like no problem. So I'm sure once that happens, it'll go even further of, the actual effects of it. But I didn't get like nauseated or anything at all. Like she warned us if we did, like to close our eyes and raise our hand.
Yeah,
But
I don't know how long she's been in the United States because she did not get my humor at all. Because there were several times where she was like, "And if you get disoriented, you can let me know." I was like, "Well, I've been known to projectile vomit, so you might want to prepare yourself." She's like, "I'll get you a bucket real quick. Just stay right here." I was like, "No, I'm just kidding."
oh man.
But let's talk about like let's kind of go in order just based on like what we shot. Like who went first? Was it you? Yeah, you
Yeah,
went.
I
You
went
did
first.
Valkyrie first. So you were talking about you shot out of the tunnel. Like what were because I don't remember exactly. Did you like spin around like right when you got out of there? Did you start?
Yeah, I mean, I just
around?
started looking around. I just started seeing like how to control, like how to boost, how to shoot. Blah,
Right.
blah,
Now we
blah.
should say we were not using the PlayStation Move controller.
No.
We had just a normal PS4 controller, and not that it really matters, but in relation to VR, this can matter. So the only thing, obviously, to look around like in the cockpit was your actual head, which is cool. But
the left stick actually controlled the movement of the ship, and the right stick controlled like you're doing a barrel roll.
I thought it
kinda
was R1 and L1 that were the barrel rolls.
Oh, maybe.
Because I barrel rolled a crap ton.
Oh, with R1. See, the right stick does the same thing.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I didn't push L1.
See,
or
I would have
R1 at
liked
all.
that because it'd be cool if like. Because I know they're making, for example, no, it's kind of jumping ahead, but they're going to make the gun for Farpoint, which would be cool. I wish they could make like almost like a joystick type thing, if like for Star Wars to feel like you're actually turning it to spin and everything.
Who knows? Maybe.
But yeah, we didn't get to use the Move controllers. They had some there, but maybe I don't think any of the demos required
No.
those that we played. But you played Valkyrie. It was cool. Like I liked when like your ship speeds up and you go into fight and you're like chasing after guys. I'm just obviously wishing it was Star Wars, but it was still cool, just flying through space. And like it's one thing to say, first time experience in my entire life, be like, wow, I played a VR game in space and like looked around and shot ships. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I can only imagine how Star Wars Battlefront will be in that game mode.
I know, I'm pumped.
Yeah. If it's pretty much that game with a Star Wars skin, just with the music going on and stuff, I feel like it'd be awesome.
It'd be cool.
But I don't know if that's a launch title for VR, but if it is, I'll totally buy that. I would totally. I mean, I read reviews on it for the Oculus Rift. I think Game Informer gave it like a 6 out of 10.
Right.
That's pretty much the game what we played. But it's cool enough to where I'll come home from work and fly around in a spaceship for an hour or two, just just cuz. So yeah, I was very impressed. I would have liked to have gone back and played some of the other demos, but the Valkyrie, in my opinion, definitely looks like the best game to probably try. That one and the one Jacob played, that kind of gave you the better experience in terms of like actually playing a game. The PlayStation Worlds demo that was there was kind of just like a little like movie you kind of watch for the most part.
Although I did enjoy watching that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Jacob, tell us about what you were playing a little bit, because you were the only one that played that demo.
Right. I played a game called Battlezone.
Battlezone.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a remake from a classic like Atari arcade game.
Okay, see, I had no idea.
That. Yeah. So it like starts you off. You're inside this tank cockpit, which is really cool. The first thing I did was just look everywhere around me. Yeah. Even like down, I could see foot pedals, and I tried to actually push them with my feet. Yeah. It didn't work. But it was very cool. I felt like I was actually in this tank, and there was like a little training simulation before I actually started. You're dripping, by the way.
I saw that.
And they like trained you to like shoot and a couple other things, and it was really cool because it like had me shoot targets, and it kept going up higher and higher, and it like trained me to look up.
Right.
And like but prior to that, I didn't know I could look up, and I like lost it. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And then it started like I started going up on like an elevator, and like the ceiling opened up. And it was really cool to like see like myself emerging from this hole. And then the actual combat was really cool. Ironically, you don't like the reticle wasn't controlled by my head. It was the right stick, which I didn't expect that. I was expecting it for the reticle to be my
I think
head.
in rigs it's your head, because I remember
I could see that
somebody say that it was a little disorienting.
Yeah, I could see that being disorienting.
Because I mean, if you're in a cockpit, you're not looking where you shoot. You have controls to aim. You're just looking around the cockpit.
Yeah.
So
I was just having fun, just looking around. It's just really great. Yeah. I was really immersed in it, and I didn't want to stop.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us were like there. I mean, we weren't there for the game. We were there to just like
know what it was, what it looked like, what it felt like.
Yeah. So as far as the game mechanics go, I really didn't care about those. I just wanted to look around and stuff.
So. Yeah, it was a great experience. I really want to pre-order one now, and I think I'll do that tonight when I get home.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I hope they have some.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I don't care if I get it late, just as long as I eventually get one. I think that this experience sold me. So I'm excited.
I think anybody that is like on the edge, especially, or if you just aren't into it at all, if you think it's a fad, I definitely think you need to try it. Because I mean, I've played the fads, like the PlayStation Move and stuff, and like I'll even say the Wii was a fad for sure. The motion controls, they're cool, they work and stuff, but this was like a whole different experience. This didn't feel gimmicky at all. This felt like a completely different way to play like every game if it's made for this. Like it wasn't just like a gimmick of like, oh, you can move your hand. It's like, no, you're in this world. You're a part of it now. Like that's a completely different thing. It didn't feel gimmicky in the slightest.
The only thing that I could compare this experience to was maybe like, you guys have been to Disney World, right? Remember the Mission Space ride at Epcot, I believe? It kind of felt like that.
It's kind of like
but
that.
You could actually look wherever you wanted.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And impressively, I don't even know if impressively is a word, but the impressive thing is that it was better than that experience. Right, and that's a Disney ride. Granted, that Disney ride was made like when I was in middle school. We were in middle school. But still, the fact that you can just put on these goggles and it actually work fluidly, like Preston was saying, and it's just like, it's crazy how it just takes up the entire spectrum of your eye. Like I can't stress enough, like it's just, I have no words. It's just like, it's amazing how big it looks. I was expecting like, I'm going to feel like I'm looking through a tube the whole time, but it's huge.
That's why I'm excited for that cinema mode where it'll look like you're like legit in like a freaking like theater, watching something.
It is cool. And I was going to say, you've probably heard like 100 different people, if you're even slightly interested in VR, say that, oh, it's great, it's cool, you should try it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think you really do have to try it, because it's one thing for us to just say like, oh, it was so cool, we loved it, it's fluid, it feels good, it looks good. Anyone can say that, but at the end of the day, you just have to try it for yourselves. That's why it's awesome that PlayStation did this event, because we had the chance to physically go out and play it, and so close to home, which is cool, because you go to experienceplaystation.com. First thing you do is type in your zip code. If you're in the United States, you can see which Best Buys are doing it.
And Canada.
Cool. So Canada and US, and you can type it in. Apparently they're adding more locations too, because I was surprised at how many locations there actually were initially, but apparently they're adding more because there's been such high demand and a lot of people have been showing up. And it's good too, because when we got there, there's only, I think, there's one guy playing and there's one other guy in line. So we were like, oh cool, we can get to it right away, because we were expecting a pretty big turnout. Not surprisingly though, we were in line for maybe 5 minutes, and like 10 other people came in and got in line behind us, and they were closing down in like 20 minutes by the time we got there. So we got there just in time, which is cool.
And it was just drawing people just shopping there. They were like, oh, what the heck's this? They'd come watch, and it was impressive. Just being able to see what they're seeing on the screen, and just people being able, because I think that's the biggest thing is like introducing this to people that don't even know that VR is a thing right now. I know we're seeing commercials for like Samsung VR and stuff, but people that don't really know what that is don't know how it works. So I think it'd be pretty cool, you know, having somebody that really doesn't know anything like that, being able to see somebody sitting in front of the screen, being able to see what's happening on the screen. When somebody moves their head, the screen on the TV moves. It's just like definitely that's how you need to advertise this, because it's kind of hard to advertise through commercials and stuff. I know that they like show the people the things on and they're moving and stuff, but it's way cooler to see an actual person doing it and showing how well it actually works.
Yeah.
Because we brought my girlfriend who didn't know VR was even a thing, and I was like trying to explain it to her, and I'd like try and find YouTube videos and be like, this is what it is, but like nobody really had any good ones like show. I mean, there were some, but it's just definitely something you need to try for yourself. And they had perfect demo for her to play. She played the PlayStation Worlds one, the one everybody's seen a million times, where
I think it's called like Ocean Descent or something.
Yeah, and before that even started, like did y'all see the stage selection?
Yeah, it had
where
like
she
a shark
lifted,
on it.
or no, where she lifted the controller and stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so she lifted the controller, and like, of course, we didn't play the demo. We were just seeing it on the screen. But like the controller actually moved onto the screen, and it was like 1-to-1. And the woman was telling her there was this like ball of water. She was like, push the water with the controller. So she's like sticking the controller out, and the water's moving. And then she's like, stick your head in the water. And she like, I didn't even try and do that, like moving forward and back. But I know that works, because she like leaned forward and like stuck her head in like this water bubble and stuff.
Yeah.
So and I know that's a lot that comes with the PlayStation VR.
That's cool.
That game itself. So that'll be cool to play around in. I think that was a great game to kind of like, because you don't even have to hold the controller.
Yeah.
You literally just sit there and look. Yeah, I hope what I said makes sense. But basically what I'm saying is that this is great advertisement for actually selling the VR, showing it to people that are just walking the store, seeing this thing. It could potentially interest them. So yeah.
Yeah, in conclusion, I would say that overall, we were all really blown away by it. It was very cool. We're excited. Glad to have it pre-ordered. What do you guys, just to kind of wrap up, what do you guys think of it aesthetically? I thought it looked, I mean, it's cool to like see it like in action on other people.
Yeah.
When you put it on, everything, it just feels slick, and it looks cool with all the blue lights on it and everything.
Yeah. And it feels great.
It does. It's very
it doesn't
comfortable.
like on like, I think, you know, the Oculus and the Vive can like go all day and say, they're definitely more powerful, blah, blah, blah. Like different experiences can happen on those things due to the more power and stuff. But, looking at the graphics, Eve Valkyrie looked great. Like I said, there were absolutely no hiccups. How did the game you look at? Was it?
Yeah, I mean,
fun?
it's just like an arcadey game, but still, it looked great.
The game, the PlayStation Worlds game, that looked good. Yeah. Granted, you're not moving around in that one. That's just pretty much just
it's an experience.
Showcase. So I know games are probably going to be harder to program than you just standing in a bubble just looking at stuff. But yeah, I think the graphics looked really cool in what we played. It felt great. My entire point of this was the thing PlayStation can actually walk away with like the victory is, I feel like the way it feels on your head. The Vive and the Oculus Rift, or have you seen all the pictures of the people taking it off?
It's like a suction
the
cup
red
to their
rings
face.
around their face. This thing literally just sits on your head and it just like lays over you, and you can slide it in and out and stuff. So I think that was awesome. It felt completely comfortable. I didn't even like think about it, you know,
right
with it. So yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little tease, a little sneak peek of PlayStation VR that we got to do today. We're glad we got to shoot some video for it too, because it's kind of documented a bit. It's a bit different from what we've normally done, because we've never actually done like a vlogish type video, so I felt like an idiot doing it the whole time, but it's cool to kind of show that off a bit. We had fun doing it. And if you have any questions about PlayStation VR specifically that you didn't have answered, if there's questions you still have, something we may have forgotten to cover, I feel like we've covered everything that we experienced, but if there's anything you want to throw out there that we may or may not be able to answer just based on our experience, please comment down below and we'll try to answer it best of our ability. But yeah, it was awesome. It was an honor joining you guys today, experiencing VR for the first time, so I'm looking forward to October.
Absolutely. This is my most anticipated thing this year now.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah, I can't wait to get a hold of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my most anticipated, but I'm very, very excited for it for sure. And like you said, I wanted to address before we even start shooting, as we were talking about how cool it'd be to play Minecraft with that thing on. Because especially when I said I just keep going back to how wide and huge everything felt. Like just playing in Minecraft would make me want to play Minecraft again, even if it was just for like an hour or two. So
I'm sure it'll. Well, I don't know with Microsoft owning it.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Play Lego Worlds in VR maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it was awesome. But thank you guys for joining me. And again, comment down below, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys again very soon.